Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a gothic, like, anti-Christmas reindeer type look. So if you'd like to see what I do, just keep on watching. Okay, to start off, I'm going in with the Pretty Vulgar The Ink Blacklist Gel Eyeliner, and if you could see, I already have half of my eyebrows covered because I'm going to be doing a different shape with my eyebrows with this look, so I wanted to do that. So I'm just going to dip right in and create a different shape. I want them to be more angled upward. Okay, now that I have those done and they look like they match fairly well, I'm going to start on the eyes. Now I'm going to be going into one of my favorite palettes, which is the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, because this has a nice array of colors. I like the warm toned browns in here and the black, so I was like, just grab this, because I'm going to be using those colors today. Sorry if I sound kind of like stuffy or anything like that, because I think I'm getting a head cold. I'm not sure though. Okay, I'm going to start off by going into, what do I want to go into? That's the question. I think I'm going to go into the Matte Aquarius shade right here. And I'm going to run this into my crease. I am doing a complete cut crease kind of look today, so I'm going to try to not get too much on my lid. I'm going to go right up into the curve of my eye here, all the way up to that eyebrow, and bring it down some. And then I'm going to kind of follow the where my actual eyebrow is, which is covered. I could still slightly see it, but and then I'm going to angle it upward like so. Kind of blend it into nothing. I'm trying not to blend too much on the glue that is glued down on my eyebrows, because I don't want to disrupt it and have it peel up at all. So I'm trying to just tap it right there, but it's kind of looking like crap when I do that, so maybe if I just deepen up the rest of it, it'll help. Okay, the next shade I'm going to go into is, actually I'm going to go into the Matte Scorpio shade right here. I didn't want it to look too orange like this one. I wanted it to have a little bit more of like a red feel to it, so I'm going in with this one. Taking the same brush, I'm going to run that into the exact same areas, just not as high. If you go too dark like I did at the end, you could just grab a brush to kind of soften it up. A clean brush, my bad. Okay, now I'm going to go into this really dark brown shade, this Matte Pisces shade. And I'm taking a smaller, more controlled brush for this because I want to make sure it doesn't go up too high, but then not down too low as well. And I'm going to place it in the crease as well, just once again, not as high. Okay, now I'm going to take a light concealer. This is the same concealer I used under my eyes. That's why my eyes look a lot more highlighted than normal, because this is a really light concealer. This is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. And I'm going to use that to cut my crease to make it more crisp before I do any of the black. I'm going to just take a flat brush, and I don't have to clean up as much on the outer as I do on the inner. Okay, and I'm going to set this with this light shade from the Wet n Wild contour palette. Now I'm going to go into the Matte Airy shade, which is the black, on this very small little detail brush, and I'm going to, sorry, don't want to bump into anything here, into the crease right above where I put the concealer, and I'm going to very carefully define this a little more. I'm going to lightly wiggle it back and forth so it's not such a harsh line, but somewhat blended. Okay, now to focus on the lower lash line, I'm going to take that first shade I used on the e.l.f. smudge brush, and I'm going to use this to create the shape that I want on the lower lash line. I do want it to kind of curve inward like so. And then come upward like so as well. Okay, I want to map that out first on both sides so it's even, and then I'll go back in with more. Okay, now I'm going to drag it down. No, I'm going to switch brushes actually. I'm going to take a smaller blending brush, I think. And then I'm going to dip into that shade. Make sure I don't go up above that area. Blending it fairly far down. Okay, then I'm taking that matte Scorpio shade again, which is the more red-toned brown. And I'm going to do the same thing. I think I'm going to place this down with the more precise brush and then blend it out with that brush I was just using. Okay, now taking this brush one more time, I'm going into the darker brown, which is the matte Pisces shade. I'm going to be very precise with this. Okay, now I'm going to be taking that black one more time on that same little itty bitty brush with the matte airy shade. And I'm going to very carefully define this area. And I'm going to go in with that smudger brush and just kind of blend. Okay, now I think I'm going to chill out on the eyes for a second because that took forever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very, very heavily bronze up my cheeks. I'm going into the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer in the shade Ticket to Brazil. And I'm going to just take a fluffy angled face brush and really pack that on there, like so. Am I starting to glare? I'm starting to glare. And I'm going to just really heavily bronze up my temples and my cheekbones. I'm also going to place quite a bit right here on the tip of my nose and on my chin. Okay, now for contour, I'm going in to the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade Dulce de Leche. And I'm taking this shade, and first I'm going to bring this up fairly high, light-handed, just to deepen up my bronzer. And then I'm going to go in really intensely in the contour area. Actually, you know what? I might just use this to go over the bronzer because I really want it deep, deep, so that the little white dots I put on really pop. And I am going to use this for my jawline because I'm going to go pretty heavy-handed on that, but I do want to deepen up this area with something else in a little bit. I feel like when I scoot a little more forward and get closer to the camera, it's not as glary, so I'm going to try doing that from now on. But now that that is quite dark, I'm going to go in with even more contour. Okay, I'm going to go into this fairly dark shade from the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Contour Palette. And I'm going to take my Precision Foundation brush from Luxie, get it right on the tip, pretty coated there. And I'm going to just really keep this localized at the cheekbone area. And then blend up. Okay, now I'm taking the Snazaroo Water Activated Face Paint on a small little liner brush, and I'm going to do dot details. I think I'm actually going to switch up brushes because this is kind of making it a little streaky. So I'm going to use a flatter brush. Okay, now I think I'm going to take the black face paint and do my nose. Just contouring the sides of my nose a little more with the leftover product that was on this brush. There, that's better. Okay, now I'm going to focus on the eyes once again to finish those up. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in the shade Black, and I'm going to do a fairly dramatic winged liner to kind of match up with the upward direction of my eyeshadow. Okay, now I'm just going to coat my top lashes with the Essence Volume Stylist mascara. Because I am going to be throwing on lashes. Now before I do my lashes, I want to go back into the Water Activated Face Paint from Snazaroo, the black shade. And I'm going to do little details on the lower lash line because this is going to be like kind of like more of like an anti-Christmas type reindeer, more goth type feel.
Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. Christmas card I write.
Okay, for my top lashes, I'm going to be using a pair of these. I already cut these ones down because I used them for a look the other day. And then for my lower lashes, I have little pieces of lashes that I used the other day as well for the same look that I'm going to be doing on the bottom. Or should I do like a whole entire lash? Let me think about that actually. Let me see if I should do an entire bottom one. Oop. I actually think I'm going to do an entire lower lash. I'm just going to use like these are kiss lashes in the shade Style Beehive. Okay, now finally for lips, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipstick in the shade Widow's Peak. Oh my goodness, look at these lashes. My eyes are watering like crazy. Okay, so this is the final look. Glare everywhere. Let me pin this on here actually. Okay, so this is the final look. I don't know how well you could see it, but there you go. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. See my little ears? They actually light up. Let me see. Can I do it? Oh, there they go. Yeah, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already or if you want to, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.